Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tayler Yarish Show. Here we are. We're back. It's 10 o'clock at night. I can feel the bags already forming under my eyes. It's going to be a late one. Had a lot of shit. There was a hurricane that wasn't a hurricane, and that backed a lot of things up. Man, when I have to take public transport, because I normally ride the scooter, and when anything happens where I can't do that and I have to ride public transportation, I'm lying. I didn't do that. I got an Uber this morning because I'm fucking just didn't want to do it. I live so far away from like the places that I need to go that it's just not a good look. It's not a good feel for me to always have to do the public transportation. But it's not that big of a splurge, I would say, when I do the Uber, because most of the time I'm on a scooter. I don't pay anything. I don't pay anything to travel. This fucking hurricane was nothing. It was nothing. You ever just be upset that it wasn't a bigger natural disaster? They were saying, "Oh, it might be like Sandy. It might be like this." It was nothing. It was heavy rain for like an hour. It was heavier rain last night. I got caught in some rain going home on the scooter, and I was fucking soaked. And that was worse than, I feel like, anything that happened today. Now, I don't live in Long Island, New York. And apparently, Long Island, New York, where it was supposed to get really battered. But I feel like it wasn't even that bad. Otherwise, I would have seen something online of them just fucking complaining. But that was, when you watch the radar, that was where the eye was going. We just need to get hyped up about something, because New Yorkers just have nothing going on. So we're like, ooh, a hurricane. Maybe this will fucking bring us together. And then we couldn't even get that. All it did was cancel flights and cancel some dumb concert that was supposed to take place in Central Park. I don't know. So it was really just an inconvenient rain is what it was. But whatever. The show must go on, as they say. You know what? Sometimes the show shouldn't go on. You know what I mean? I hate that expression. Hey, you know what they say? The show must go on. Well, there's a woman dead in the audience. Hey, doesn't matter. The show must go on. People paid $20 for these tickets. Yeah, but she's dead. The woman is dead. She's being lifted out on a stretcher right now, and the lights are on. Everyone is immediately become sober, and now we're all just concerned about this woman and her family. Hey, but the show, huh? We rehearsed. The show must go on. We must continue. Fuck that lady. Put someone in her seat, okay? Sometimes the show doesn't go on, is the point that I'm trying to make. How about the Taliban, huh? They're crushing it. The Taliban are back. It's amazing. It's amazing that they're back as full force as they are, Because they were the hot little number back in the day, weren't they? I mean, they really were running shit, and then just what happened, They left, nothing. We didn't really hear anything, and now they're back, man. They are the hot chick on the news right now, aren't they? Out there with their ice cream cones and brand new weapons. It's exciting. It's not exciting. I don't know. I saw this. I mean, that's all you see now is like, I get most of my news from memes, and a lot of people seem to be upset about what happened over there. I did see those fucking airport videos, though, man. Those airport videos were rough, huh? Dudes just hanging onto the side of a wing. Imagine being air traffic control. I mean, I don't know if they have that, but go with me on this. Go with me for the bit, You're air traffic control. You're like, yeah. No, I said you're not clear for takeoff. No, you're not. Slow down. You have 40 men on your wing. You cannot fly. Okay, or go. That's fine. That's fine, too. Go ahead. See how far you get. Oh, and look at that, they're dropping. Yeah, who the fuck would have thought that would happen? It's amazing they still took off. They still took off even though there were people on there. Like, that is bananas. Pilots will cancel flights for anything. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, my seatbelt doesn't work. We're not taking this plane off the ground. You hear me? In the movie Liar Liar with Jim Carrey, he throws his shoe at the plane, and they're like, we're not fucking going anywhere. But this plane has 900 people strapped to the side of it, and they're like, we're all good? Everyone got their peanuts? All right, here we go. I mean, it's bananas. It's fucking crazy. Like, that's how different I don't know what. I would have loved to just see how that happened. To just see the pilot being like, dude, we're getting out, okay? I know there's people on the side of the plane, but I said I'd be back at a certain time, and one thing I am not is someone who's late. You know? You're not gonna put that evil on me. It's amazing the sides that are obviously immediately drawn on how everything was handled. I haven't read anything, but I've seen a lot of headlines, and some folks are none too pleased. You know what I'm saying? With old Joey B and how he just kind of pulled out of there. A lot of porn memes. Lots of porn memes about pulling out and putting it back in, and we made a mess. I mean, I'm getting sent memes all goddamn day of Joey B plastered into a Pornhub thing, or like, we get it. If you're thinking about making a meme about something to do with pulling out and it's Afghanistan, just maybe don't, because it's been done. It's been done. It's fine. A buddy of mine, he tweeted something about Head and Shoulders, and he was like, "How have they not made a body wash that's called head and knees and toes? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Yeah, how have they not made a body wash called knees and toes?" And I was like, "Hey man, not gonna lie, it's probably been done. People have had that thought before. It's tough. It's hard to have an original take. I mean, that's not current at all. So But yeah, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. It's been around. But this one died pretty quickly. This whole, we pulled out the way we pulled out. And then something about 4 or 5 days ago, Biden said something. I should really look into stuff before I talk about it. But, I just don't have the time. And it's also not as fun. It's fun to read stuff and then talk about it as if you read the article and, go about it that way. I watched I'll watch a video every once in a while, I'll do that. I saw a video. Somebody was claiming that, I think it was like a CNN reporter who, what did they say? Oh yeah, that the Taliban in these past 2 decades have changed. They're a changed Taliban. They're much kinder and a more gentle Taliban. And that's coming from the Taliban, who are known to be trusted. You know what I'm saying? We're kinder, here at Taliban headquarters, we're just kind. We want to lead with our hearts and not with our machetes. We're kinder, we're gentler. Yes, we will still be murdering women and children in the streets. However, we have implemented a casual Friday. So come on down to the town square and get yourself a soft serve ice cream. We have a soft serve ice cream truck outside the town square where you can grab a tuxedo twist and come watch the town square where we will murder a journalist. So casual Fridays, lots of fun. Come on down. Still torturing people, but we're like fun about it. We just want to be a fun. They look like the pictures that are coming in of these Taliban like fighters. They just look like they want to be. They look like they want to be on a magazine. They're like, what? We just came here to have a good time. We're just like the Taliban. We're cool. Come on, man. You know, they're like a new boy band or something. We're here and we got our rifles and we also like ice cream. And yeah, we say that we're gonna give rights to women, but secretly we're not gonna give rights to women. But it's okay because we're the Taliban. You know, it's so weird to see like Taliban fighter. Like when I picture Taliban, I picture like early 2000s. You know, the real. Oh, well, I guess they're not the OGs. They're the OGs to me. The OG Taliban, and you know, it's a very very low level operation. But now, like, it's crazy to think that like they all have cell phones and cell phone cameras and Twitters. Probably they're probably on Twitter. You know, last president's banned, but Taliban's on Twitter. It's fine. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Not making a statement of any kind, but isn't that weird that the Taliban and like other terrorist groups are online? It's weird. And man, I know I've heard that they recruit on Twitter, which I don't know how you do that. I mean, if you can get recruited into fucking ISIS or the Taliban on Twitter, you were almost there anyway. They're not getting anybody that's like right in the, you know, that's like a normal. They're those fringe. You were Googling, you were searching for Taliban. How do I get a flight to Kabul? You're trying to go in there right now. That's what you're seeing these videos come in and you're like, yeah, let's fucking go. You know? Yeah, those videos leaving the air. At one point they cut to a reporter. Dude, what are reporters doing over there? We have so much cell phone video and evidence from the people who fucking live there. Like, I get it. You want to do your job, be cutting edge. We're on the ground reporting on the scene. It's like, hey, man, to a point. You want to do that to a point, you know what I mean? You don't want to be able to cut to the guy on scene. You want to do that with a fucking hurricane or you know, a crazy rival basketball game. Like, oh, look at these crazy fans. But like, we're reporting on a part of the world where a terrorist organization just took over and some guy's like, give me the assignment. I'm trying to get in that desk chair. I guarantee it's only so he can come back and say, like, yeah, I was on the ground. How many times is he going to bring that up at a fucking dinner party? That guy, whoever, I don't know his name, but whoever that journalist was, he's going to be the most annoying dude for the next 5 years. He's going to, or however long this thing, probably the next 20, if we're being honest. He's going to be the most annoying dude at the party. He's going to have that video up, like already downloaded to his phone, ready to go. And, oh, fuck me. God damn it. Did that? No. Yeah, it's going to be already ready to go. I got distracted for a second because I ordered food and I'm waiting for it to get here. And then I realized my phone was on Do Not Disturb. So that is not good. Shit. Well, all right. Let's call the restaurant, huh? Let's see what happened. This is exactly the type of content that you want. You want to, you want to hear what the fuck happened to my food. They're not going to answer. It's a fucking deli. Why the hell are they not? I swear to Christ, if they don't answer the fucking phone. You know what? I shouldn't get mad. This is my fault. This is my fault because I had the phone on Do Not Disturb, and it's my fault. Man, I'm upset, huh? Anyway, These fucking fighters. Let's just keep the speaker going. Man, I'm sorry. I'll cut this out. All right, I'm not getting food. I paid money and I tried to call. It's my fault. I ordered food, didn't get the food. It's fine, and it's fine. Anyway, yeah, if you're a reporter, what the fuck was I saying? If you're a reporter and you're on the ground, that guy, that's what I was talking about. That guy is going to be the most annoying dude for the next 5 years. So, did you know that I was over enough? Were you guys talking about Afghanistan? You weren't at all. You were talking about something else. Well, I was actually in Afghanistan. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know that I was, yeah. No, on the ground. Yeah, I was on the ground. Yeah, I mean, it was like right in the middle of when the Taliban took over. And you guys saw you saw the airplane video? Yeah. Yeah, I was there for that. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was dangerous. It was definitely dangerous. Like, I wouldn't tell anybody else. I wouldn't tell anybody else to go to Afghanistan and do that. Ah, oh, fuck me. Hello. I'm sorry, say that one more time. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll be down in a second. Okay, bye. All right, we're going to put a pause on this while I go get my food. That reporter, you guys are still following this, right? Yeah, anyway. It's just bananas. I don't know. The whole thing's going to shit. Everyone's fighting. Dude, remember when like the biggest crisis this country faced was when Chipotle had an E. coli scare? Do you remember that? It was like many years ago. But that was like the biggest thing that we were all concerned about. Chipotle had an E. coli scare, and everybody was flipping out. They were like, oh my God, I just went to Chipotle. I'm now sick. It should have prepared us for COVID, and it didn't. It should have, and it didn't. Also, like only 34 people or something like that got sick. I remember that statistic for some weird reason. It was 34, because I remember like they shut down every Chipotle in the world or something like that, and then they were like, yeah, only 30 people got sick. Chipotle had a better crisis management system set into place than the entire country did for this pandemic. Chipotle, there was an E. coli outbreak, and they were like, boom, shut it the fuck down. And everything shut down. The head dude called the sub-head dudes, and then that dude called the store owners, and the owners called the managers. The managers sent out the thing to the staff, and like, no, we got to shut it down. And then they had like outreach. Oh, did you went to the Chipotle on August 43rd and at 8 p.m. and then you went, you know what I mean? They fucking got it done, man, because there was money involved. And like, we cannot be down for too long. When they said they were going to be down for 2 weeks, they were actually down for 2 weeks. And they fucking turned it around. Meanwhile, our 2 weeks is, going to be 2 years. Yes, I realize that the Delta and COVID is not the same as E. coli, and E. coli is not as bad. But you get what the fuck I'm saying. It's all about the preparation. This is very good. This is professional. Anyway. I had a wild show. That I did. Buddy of mine asked me late, like last minute, to get on it. Went down. It was in the South Street Seaport area of New York. And that's like right under the Brooklyn Bridge. And the show starts. Show starts late, by the way. Like a half hour there with technical difficulties. It's not an important detail of the story, but it happened. And so the show starts. And then about halfway through the show, we start hearing like all these ambulances. And helicopters start flying overhead. Like something's going on. But the show must go on. That was, we got to keep pushing through. It was an outdoor venue. I should have said that. It's like an outdoor space. So you hear fucking everything. You hear, if there's an ambulance that goes by, you fucking hear it. So now there's like 10 fire trucks, and it's disruptive. Let's say that. And then the helicopters go overhead, and these are like big boy helicopters. And it keeps going on for like the next 10, 15 minutes. Excuse me. And then we get word, I think it was from the people who worked there, because they were like, they work there, they're used to what happens in that area. And they were like, oh, we saw the lights, all these lights up on the bridge. So all the cars and like the ambulance, the fire trucks, they were all going to the bridge. And they were like, oh, we've seen this before. Somebody's trying to jump off the bridge. And we were like, what? And they're like, oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, somebody's jumping off the bridge. Right in the middle of the show. Now, I say that this unfortunate man, lady, person who's jumping off the bridge, they don't know they're ruining a show, but they're ruining a show. It's not the point. Point was, it was a crazy show because of said thing. Because every person had to go up on stage and like, you're trying to make these people laugh, and then they're getting wind, like, what's going on? And then somebody spilled the beans. I don't know who it was, but someone was like, oh, someone is trying to jump off the bridge. And it's amazing. I just had this thought. It's amazing the manpower that we will release to save one human being. You know what I mean? The manpower that we will release to save one life. I don't remember if I talked about this, but like when I was down like in Williamsburg, and there was people playing volleyball or something, and like it's like right on the edge of like this pier sort of thing where there's a little waist high guardrail there, and like some guy was either drunk or fucking something, but you went overboard into the water, into the East River, and like they sent, there were 9,000 boats, there were ambulances, fire trucks, cop cars. They sent every person that they had in the area to this thing to try and rescue this guy. They didn't end up rescuing him because they never found him. He probably drowned. But it's amazing, like all the people, not even in the water, all the people just on land that were just standing around waiting to do something. Like it's so many people, but then like if you get like a police call about something, they send a squad car. It's just very interesting, Maybe it's because they know this is like, it's for sure life or death, but I don't know how sending more numbers makes that like, makes it a more, the fuck am I trying to say? Sending in more people will yield a more positive result in terms of solving the situation. It's still one guy. You're not going to have 7 dudes hold his leg, 7 dudes hold the other leg while you pull him out. Like, you know what I mean? You're just kind of all standing around. This is so unprofessional. I'm so sorry. So upsetting. But we're nearing the end. You know what I mean? If you made it this far, it's okay. You might be concerned for me. You might be like, hey, this is a first. Is this a bad sign? Should I be concerned? No, you shouldn't be concerned. It's fine. Don't be concerned about me because I'm eating a sandwich that's strangely spicy on the podcast. That was bad grammar the way I phrased that. But like, yeah, the sandwich is strange. I thought I could handle fucking spice, man. I couldn't. Although some stuff is like dumb spicy. Like we got this ramen one time. Went to this grocery store. And we go to this grocery store that has like a whole Asian section to it. Doesn't that feel good when your store has like an Asian section? You feel like it's cool. It's cool that your grocery store has a whole section just on Asian food because you get to like explore. Because every other grocery aisle, you walk down and you recognize everything, and that's not fun. It's fun to discover a food for the first time. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, wow, I didn't even know they made this out of that. That's the phrase for an Asian part of a grocery store. I didn't know they made this out of that. Oh, I didn't know they shaved bull shins and made them into shishito peppers. I didn't know that they did that. Those Asians, they're crafty, let me tell you. But anyway, so they had like packets of ramen. They had packets of ramen there, and I like a little spice. So this one, it said spicy. I thought it was gonna be like, whatever, it's spicy. It was a black package, and we take it home, we make it, and we put the spice stuff in there. And when I tell you this is the spiciest thing I've ever eaten in my entire life, I mean it's the spiciest thing I've ever eaten my whole life. Whole life. It hurt. It was not enjoyable at all. It was so painful. I mean, I tried to wolf it down, but like it's the type of spice where like if you got it on your fingers would start to hurt. Like, hey man, who is this for? Kate had 2 bites and was like, I can't. I'm gonna die. And then we looked it up, and it turns out that it's like ranked legitimately as like the spiciest ramen in the world. Which they should say that on the fucking package. You know what I mean? The show, like, the fucking, package should say this is the spiciest ramen in the whole world. And it just didn't. And we suffered because of that. Boy, this tapered off, huh? This podcast started somewhere, and I gotta be honest, it didn't go a lot of places. My head is in a lot of different places because it's all over the place. I'm a little tired. There was a hurricane that wasn't. I'm also thinking about this next show that we have. Here's a shameless plug. This coming Wednesday at Tara Rose Bar at 7:30, we got another show. The first one was fucking amazing. We sold it out. This one, we're trying to sell it out again. We're like halfway there. It always turns around the last couple days, but we're trying to sell this bitch out. So, go to my Instagram. Ticket link is in the bio. Grab yourself a ticket and bring a friend, This bar is like really cool. They have great drinks and awesome food and shit. And, it's going to be a good time. But anyway, because I'm producing it and also doing it, like my head is in a million fucking places. And I just had a thought, and I was like talking about something else while having another thought. And that's how you know when you got to take a break. You got to take a you day. Most people take way too many me days, They say you just gotta treat yourself. You just gotta take a day for yourself. I don't know what I would do. I get anxious when I have nothing to do. I have to find that sweet spot because sometimes you're like, I got too much shit, and then it's fucking. Anyway, let's bring this puppy home, huh? All right. Yeah. Come out to the show if you're in New York. If you're not, then maybe move to this city. Maybe take your chances and move to the city. Oh, what? Your job doesn't have any reason to come to New York? Well, it's just come anyway. We have good food, That's the only thing I could say about New York anymore of why to come here. It's good food. The whole like, hey, the city's dirty and that's the charm. It's gotten old, I'll be honest. It's gotten a little old. It's nice to have nice things. Like, some of the newer buildings, like the newer apartment buildings in the city, you go in there and you're like, oh my God, this is the nicest place ever. But that's like a run-in-the-mill place anywhere else in the fucking country. We're just so used to living in buildings that were built, while there were still separate water fountains. Like, we're so used to just everything, something in here is going to break. We're so used to that. Like, it'd be so nice to live in a place where just, like, the walls were smooth. You know what I mean? And, Yeah, so come to New York, enjoy that. Come be a part of it. Add your own flair to the scene. And, do that all before Wednesday and come to my show on Wednesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, that's the podcast this week. I know it's a little all over the place, but thank you for sticking with it. If you are sticking with it, and if you're not listening, you're not listening. And that's, I can't control that. So, see you next week. It's a podcast. Peace out.